Hi there, everybody. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet. And I'm here flying solo again tonight because for these next few weeks, it's likely that Jolie will be juggling family obligations, such as like summer school time of year in California and things like that. So we will be managing without her presence this time, but she's here in spirit. So, that's it's all good. So anyway, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. It's an interesting time in the world right now. You know, we are faced with so many external distractions going on right now. You know, it's kind of the list goes on. Whether it can be conflicts. Obviously, we've got now, earthquakes and natural events like that, which clearly part of this Pam meditation thing for tonight really helps to kind of come to terms with things like that. Because when you think about it, this is all about sort of like affecting the quantum wave structure in a way which brings positivity to those parts of the world. So when we imagine, when you think about, say, Venezuela, Caracas, for instance, as a place where people are in suffering at the moment, or any of the war zones, you know, we never focus on the negative. We focus on the positives that we want them to receive and to feel. Because when we uplift our frequency, that is what we're putting out there. When we focus on the negative, then we are feeding the negative. So we strictly avoid it. And to that point, we have got Alan Watts going to give us a 2-minute piece that leads into Pam's meditation today to reinforce that. And we've played it before, but you can never hear this too many times because it is absolute truth delivered in less than 2 minutes in a way that kind of is so empowering, self-empowering, and it makes you realize what this game of life is really all about. You know, it's where you put your energy, it's where you put your, it depends what you're going to feed. You want to feed the positive, and that's what Pam has us doing, like with the meditation. It's to understand that there are people suffering out there, and we can send them love, kindness, compassion, all these kind of things just through the quantum wave structure. And it's been proven scientifically, um, absolutely how this works. I don't know for anybody out there who's never seen The One Field by Tsipsi Rotz. I can't remember. It's a very odd spelling for a surname. It's Tsipsi Raz, something like that. Anyway, she's done a fantastic job, and the likes of Greg Braden, Cryon, and Lee Carroll, uh, sort of so many luminaries up there, including Lynn McTaggart. And Lynn does these experiments about intention, the intention experiments around the world, and they have all this scientific equipment measuring these experiments as they go on. It's about bringing peace to certain parts of the world. And every time they've done it, not only does it register on these, like there's a Sputnik device, it calls it, which picks up certain frequencies within the atmosphere. And it kind of showed its spiking during this time where the audience were all joining in with this, both in the studio at the time and those who were online. Everybody's putting that energy and it spikes. And what they've proven afterwards is that it makes a difference to, the things that are going on in a most positive way. But it doesn't last, right? Because once that attention wanes, then things go back to as they were before. So the question is, of course, how do we maintain? How do we maintain that level? Because everything's a practice. Everything's a practice, which is why even like for Pam's initiative, it's not just a Thursday thing, obviously. I mean, she started it every Sunday and then it became very popular. So he said, well, we can do it every day. This is how we're going to do it. Now, obviously what she's done here with the specific guided meditation that she's offered here, the original idea was people just do their own kind of version of this. You don't need a computer, you don't need a phone, you don't need anything. You just need a quiet space for 15 minutes or so to really tune into this, and that's all you ever need. Now, personally, I like the guided meditation because it gets us honed into a specific point together collectively. And as we know, For every 10 people that we add to Pam's audience is the value of 100. You know, when Pam gets in total around the world 90,560 people, when you square that number, which is the way that these things work, that gives you 8.2 billion ish, and that's the population of the planet. So it's actually quite interesting how these things actually can change the quantum wave structure around the planet. And the fact that it's a daily occurrence means that, unlike when Lynn was doing these things and experiments as one-offs, and you saw this in certain places, states in America, certain cities in America where they had a really bad violence problem, when they actually focused this energy, they suddenly got the biggest drop in violent crime for the longest time. But then again, it goes back up again because people it's not a constant focus of attention. But nevertheless, daily practices like this in so many ways. The show we've got going out on Sunday, actually, it's so empowering. And this is why I get excited about this whole journey, is because we are starting to uncover just how powerful we are. Forget the conditioning and programming we've had over the decades. Forget the educational side of things. Forget all these things that have been designed to keep us reliant on others outside of ourselves. When in reality, and this is what we've come to know if you're on this journey, the power is all here within yourself, right? That's why the big test for humanity is to have a bunch of external events going on to encourage you not to come. This is a test. This is the Earth School, right? So it's up to us to individually recognize and remember, because we all know it, but this is why we call it the Great Remembering when we do the newsletter, right? Everything, the elevated planet and the Great Remembering, because it's us remembering who we really are, stepping back into that power. And then what happens? The prophecy planet, which is what we live in, elevates up in frequency. And at that point, everything changes. And here's the thing. It's been thousands of years in the making, but we're almost there, right? So exciting times, despite the shadow events that are going on out there. What we have to look forward to is outstanding. So once again, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. We're going to switch screens now because we're going to just run with the Alan Watts piece first, which again lines us up to Pam's meditation perfectly. It carries straight on into Pam's meditation. And as you know, we don't come back afterwards. We allow you to drift off on your own little meditative path afterwards. And for anybody who can join us Sunday at 4 p.m. UK, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, or whatever your time zone works out relative to that, it would be fantastic to see you. But the recording will be available anytime after that, and the edited version goes out within probably 12 hours or so as well. Anyway, that said, thank you all. Love you. Take care, and switching screens.
The best way to end something is to let it starve. You see, conflict thrives on attention. The moment you engage, you feed it. And whatever you feed grows. But if you simply let it be, if you withdraw your energy, it withers away, like a fire deprived of air. The world is built on patterns, loops of cause and effect. Most people stay trapped within them, reacting endlessly, playing the same game over and over. But here's the secret. You don't have to play. Step back, and the game collapses. Step away, and new pathways unfold. Where attention goes, energy flows. So if you wish to move forward, let go. Do not return negativity. Do not wrestle with what seeks to pull you in. Instead, remove yourself entirely. Break the cycle, and life will adjust to your absence. This is where real power lies. Not in resistance, but in redirection. You are not bound to old loops. You are the creator of new ones.
So as we begin this meditation, you might want to light a candle or burn some incense. Just make sure you're not going to be disturbed and have a sense of creating sacred space. Set a clear intention that this is for your highest good, the highest good of all, and the highest good of the earth. Use a mantra of we're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And then just take 3 long, slow breaths. And try and make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. You might even pause for a few seconds at the end of the exhale. Let your jaw go slack and all the tiny muscles around your eyes soften. Let your face soften, and you feel that heavy, softening relaxation just spreading down through your body. Arms, your legs. Feel like butter melting in the sun. We're coming together with open hearts, and we're shifting the collective timeline every time we do this. So imagine our global community. We're creating a sacred global circle. Imagine holding our hands across the world and connecting with our hearts. Some of you may even feel a strong vortex of energy going around the world, connecting all of our hearts together. And know that inside your heart, very small but very bright, is a tiny flame. It's your life force that connects you to the divine. And in the center of this circle, put any living being who you feel or know is suffering right now. People in war zones, people in poverty, disease, famine. You can put animals, birds, all of sentient life. People in extreme weather conditions, earthquakes, volcanoes. Anyone or anything who needs help and healing, put them in the circle. And we're not going to dwell on the suffering because that will magnify it. We're going to raise our consciousness beyond that. So start to see waves of very soft, gentle, pale blue light. Waves coming in, soothing, calming, all the extremes within that circle. Calming all the grief, the sadness, the hunger, the suffering. See it all soothing and calming as a mother would calm a child. And you can continue to visualize these soft blue waves of calm light all the way through your day if you wish. And then come back to that tiny, very bright flame of light inside your heart, your divine connection. And as you drop into this light and your breath, imagine that you're breathing in and out through the heart as if it were your lungs. And start to see this light get brighter, stronger, bigger. And feel that we're joining together with that heart light all over the world. Feel the expansion of love that we're creating every time we do this. And as your heart light expands, feel love, joy, compassion, peace, freedom for all beings. And we're connecting in this ever-growing web of light around the earth. And start to feel with your breath and your heart light that we're feeding this web of light with those positive emotions: love, joy, peace, compassion, freedom. And imagine this web of light is alive. It's shimmering. It's becoming bigger and brighter all around the earth. We're creating this from the invisible with our focus and our love, and this is how realities are created. You might even notice that other beings are starting to join us. More people, more animals, maybe the elementals, the fairies, the tree beings, our galactic family perhaps, coming together in an army of love, a tsunami of love that is bringing more connection and a sense of oneness to all of humanity. And this tsunami of love adds power to this web of light. You might see it as silver golden, sparkling, brilliant, shimmering, vibrant and alive, and taking on its own momentum. And we're doing this by weaving the harmonics of creation with the divine. It's creating an unstoppable force to transmute all of the suffering from darkness into light. We're lifting all of life on Gaia and maybe beyond. And you might even feel that these pulses from our shimmering web of heart light are starting to reach out into the cosmos via this bigger web of light. They're stretching out like galactic superhighways of love. They're reaching out to our galactic family. And also, in this web of light, they're weaving back to Gaia, all of life connecting, even to the inner earth beings and all of those high intelligences. Everything has more life force now. Everything is more lit up, more heightened, more sparkling. It's a sense of pulsing oneness and harmony across our entire creation. Everything is connected to support the other in this web of light. This is cosmic love and unity consciousness weaving together to create a new reality in higher timelines where anything is possible. We're raising the love and light quotient on the earth. We're creating new stepping stones of light for others to follow. We can change timelines in a moment. We're coming together in thousands every day in one focused intention to build a more loving new earth. We're the bridge builders, the pioneers who will be talked about in history books. We're embodying that new frequency. We are New Earth. We are creating a new energetic template. And our legacy will be that we stood strong in our light, our love, and our joy as acts of defiance as the battles raged around us. We're imprinting the energy field with a blueprint of a higher version of humanity, with compassion. And our legacy is how much we raise the love quotient in the world. We're warriors of light and warriors of love. Know that deeply in your heart. We're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And you might just check to see if we've eased the suffering somewhat since we started. And do you feel calmer, clearer, as if the lights have been turned up? Did you see a vision of the future we're creating together every day? Know our power as we come together in numbers every day to do this with spiritual dedication. Every day when we do this, we're adding to the tsunami of love across the world and the living light, which is creating a very different reality for us all. It's a powerful legacy to say that you could not have done more for love in this world as a bridge builder. gradually you might start to feel your body again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And just come back to the room. I just want to thank you and send you many blessings to you all for being with me on this journey of immense courage and transformation. God bless.